Hello, my name is Tony Ann Singh.
And I'm Stephanie Del Valle.
And we are here in the beautiful Capitol building in San Juan, Puerto Rico for the Head-to-Head Challenge Final. The engagement this year has been absolutely incredible. We've broken records on the Mobstar app, and that is all thanks to you, our listening, viewing audience. You have supported these wonderful and very worthy women, and we have seen over 1.4 billion views. We've seen over 70 million votes, and we're just so grateful.
The Head-to-Head Challenge is an opportunity for the contestants to showcase their speaking abilities and convey the messages that they'd like to share with the world. This year, we've heard many stories, we've laughed, we've cried, and we've gotten to know the contestants on a more personal level, as well as listened to some very interesting answers on worldly questions.
Yes. As you know, the contestants were divided into 16 groups, and 16 winners were chosen by you, the public. Today, we have with us our Head-to-Head Challenge finalists. We have Nepal, Indonesia, Paraguay, Cayman Islands, Venezuela, Trinidad and Tobago, Mongolia, Botswana, Vietnam, Cameroon, Philippines, Mexico, Colombia, Côte d'Ivoire, Nicaragua, and Haiti.
I think they deserve a big round of applause. This year, the final decision will be based on 2 speeches. First, the contestants will go head-to-head and have 2 minutes to present their Beauty with a Purpose projects. It's important to note that in this moment, they will not be judged on the basis of their project, but on how well they deliver and convey their purpose. Next, the finalists will be asked to leave the room and be welcomed back one by one, where they have the opportunity to become representatives and ambassadors of Puerto Rico and tell the world why everyone should come to the lovely island.
The finalist performance will be judged on quality of the content covered as well as presentation skills. However, this time, our judges, our lovely panel of judges, will deliberate and decide who will head into the semifinal of Miss World. Today, we have with us Mike Dixon, Vanessa Ponce de Leon, Miss World 2018. Julia Morley, the chairman and CEO of Miss World. Jorge Velasquez. Simon Coulthard. Donna Walsh. And Andrew Minarick.
Well, without further ado, let's begin. Reminder, ladies, you will be timed, so be prepared. We begin with Nepal.
Namaste. Good morning, buenos dias. Since we're talking about our Beauty with a Purpose project, everything right from the cause, its importance, the challenges that we faced and overcame, everything has been mentioned in the video beautifully. So I'll not be talking about the statistics because someone special recently told us that it's not about how many people get benefited by your project, but it's about that one life that you're able to touch and change. It was not an easy ride to build a 75 meters long trail bridge within 8 months, to raise more than $50,000 amidst the pandemic. It was not an easy task, but at the end, we made it. And I want to say that, honestly speaking, if I was just an individual, I would not have even dared to think about building this bridge, because it was our title, the confidence it gave us, the power and authority it held, that I was able to push myself beyond my limits and build this bridge for people. Now, people in that community, in Dha Ding, will not have to put their lives at stake just to cross one river for their daily chores, household chores. And here I stand with a grateful heart for the Beauty with a Purpose title in itself, because it gave us an opportunity to create a ripple effect throughout the world at once. And this is something that I'll take with me when I leave this material world. This feeling of satisfaction that in my lifetime, I was able to save hundreds of other lives. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity. This is one virtue that I've earned in my life of past 24 years. But as I have said earlier in the video as well, this is still just the beginning towards uplifting an entire community, and this is just a start. So thank you so much, everyone, for liking our video, for liking the project, and
that's time.
Thank
you so much, Nepal.
Thank you.
Next, we have Indonesia.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carla Yules, Miss Indonesia. Well, the title of my Beauty with a Purpose project is called Let Light Shine Out of Darkness. That's what my Beauty with a Purpose called. And my Beauty with a Purpose called, it's located in Ciwalan village in West Java in Indonesia. Why we chose this village is because we noticed a few problems in Ciwalan village, and particularly we chose that village not only because of the problems, but because of the people. The people are the joy of our project. So we managed to finish a few problems. There are a few aspects. First, we managed to renovate and rebuild water turbine that they have been relying on for over 20 years ago. And that water turbine works to run the electricity. And then second, we managed to give them the education of the importance of vaccines, and also give them the education, the importance of safety and health protocols. And the third, we also managed to give them the education about how important to use the produce of chili by using my background, which is culinary background, a chef. And when we thought it was us who were supposed to give them a light, but it's actually not just us. It's actually them who gave us the light. And that is why I'm very, very grateful to meet them. And I'm grateful for this project, which is Let Light Shine Out of Darkness. I'm very happy.
Thank you, Indonesia. Next we have Paraguay.
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Betania Borba y quiero presentarles mi proyecto social, que son las comunidades indígenas de mi país. Bueno, son las comunidades más olvidadas de mi país, por lo tanto, junto con todo mi equipo, nos enfocamos netamente en ayudar a que ellos puedan tener fuentes de trabajo. Entonces, mi primer proyecto social, además de la primera reconstrucción de la primera escuela de indígenas con profesores nativos, porque después de la pandemia quedó devastada, entonces fue que ellos puedan tener un método de trabajo. Entonces les enseñamos a que ellos puedan crear equipos y elementos de limpieza y venderlos en lugares autoritarios de mi país, como por ejemplo afuera del Senado, frente a las municipalidades y en muchas plazas públicas. También mi proyecto social se basa en las mujeres, en los niños, que son los más vulnerables de toda la comunidad indígena. Entonces estoy muy feliz de poder ayudarlos. Fui coronada hace poco y 2 meses. Entonces el tiempo que pude trabajar con ellos es muy poco. Pero la buena noticia que tengo para darles es que pase lo que pase después de todo el resultado, vamos a dar la palada inicial al primer hogar de niños en mi comunidad Aba Guaraní. Gracias.
Next, we have Cayman Islands.
Hi, everyone. I want to share something that's very personal, and some of you may already know that in 2015, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, and it was a silent struggle for a long time, and I was trying to learn ways to cope and manage. And then 2020 happened, and the pandemic happened, and I think we were all struggling in some way, shape, or form. And it was interesting because I was given the opportunity to enter my local pageant, the Miss World Cayman Islands pageant, and I saw the opportunity there to advocate and create awareness on mental health. And the day of the first photo shoot, I was told that a loved one of mine was considering taking their own life. And I had to make a choice. Should I drop out of the pageant, or should I continue going and continue the purpose that I chose for myself? And it honestly fueled me to keep going, to make that decision, to keep going and to keep fighting for them. And I thought to myself, if my loved one didn't have that support, what about the people in my community that didn't have that support? So I decided to partner with an organization called Loud Silent Voices, and they were trying to do something that was never done before in the Cayman Islands, which was to open the first ever mental health group home so that people could recover at home in the Cayman Islands rather than to be sent abroad, which we previously had to do because we didn't have the resources. And I'm so proud to say that I was able to cut the ribbon at the opening of the mental health group home. And going forward, I want to work with the people in Parliament of the Cayman Islands to create changes in the mental health insurance law so that people have access to affordable health care regarding mental health. And I just want to thank the Miss World organization because through this pageant and through this Beauty with a Purpose, I found my life's purpose, which is mental health advocacy.
Thank you, Cayman Islands. Next, we have Venezuela.
Hi. Well, my story is a story of a river. Week after being crowned as Miss Venezuela, an incredible storm fell in my home state, Aragua. It rained the average of 15 days in just one day, and all these rivers caused the rain caused the river to flood. And the most affected people were people that already live in vulnerable condition and in need. For that reason, one of these communities were Rio Blanco 2. And the stories they told me when I went there for the first times were very terrifying. I remember people sleeping on the roof, men who never spoke again in shock, and mothers who showed me their ovens full of mud, and they were worried because they didn't know how they were going to do the next day to feed their children. And for that reason, I focused my social project on the reconstruction of a community center there, where every day more than 100 children and 60 elders go there. And all these scenes for me changed my life because I aligned with 6 private companies and foundations, and I started a fundraising that brought in more than $10,000 to help them supply with a mother kitchen, with their school skills that they needed, and all this stuff to help them to recover their lost dreams. All these scenes for me changed my life, and I'm very proud and very grateful with the Miss World organization because you told me that a crown has no value without a purpose. And I learned that I have a power inside me that allowed me to change my life and have a power. But beyond that, I can change the other life, and all of us, everybody in the world have that power, and we need to do that because that is very powerful.
Thank you,
and
Venezuela.
can do very changes in the world.
Now to Trinidad and Tobago.
Hi everyone, hola a todo. In my country, thousands of children live in poverty. Little girls sleep on the cold ground in makeshift homes. They have no access to running water, electricity, they cannot attend school, they have no access to healthcare, and they don't even know where their next meal is coming from. No child deserves to grow up living under these conditions. And I believe with the COVID-19 pandemic, it's drastically increased the amount of poverty in the world today. I believe this is the biggest problem that we are facing right now. I formed the Brand Beauty Foundation to break the cycle of poverty among these families and these little girls, and to give them opportunities to realize their dreams. There's so many issues that we are facing right now, and I decided to embark on several projects throughout my country because there's no one solution to these problems. I conducted several empowerment sessions with girls to teach them vocational skills. I built a home for a family of 7 to create a safe environment for them to live in. I distributed thousands of sanitary napkins to women and girls throughout my country because I believe, yes, we were giving out food hampers, but no one was thinking of feminine hygiene. I was able to establish a hydroponic system to create food sustainability and an income for over 100 families. And I was able to provide a solar panel to a family in desperate need of electricity. There's so much more work that needs to be done today. But what my Beauty with a Purpose journey has taught me is that it is our responsibility. Each and every one of us in this room here today. It is up to you, it is up to me, it is up to all of us.
Thank you, Trinidad and Tobago. Next, we have Mongolia.
Isn't that the greatest thing, that helping others with what I can do, right? And I've been performing as a contortionist since I was 8. And contortion is an art that reveals the beauty and physical flexibility of a woman, whilst testing one's physical and mental power. I'm committed to educating our future generations to bring a positive impact through one of the Mongolian traditional arts. During the contortion training, I had the chance to meet with many girls who had a different social status. And specifically, I've been operating contortion training free of charge for those who have financial difficulties and Mongolian Children's Home Unurbul. And I think one's passion for learning shouldn't be limited by lack of finance. And with the support and advices of Qorungal Hospital's doctors, with the suffering from physical abnormalities, with contortion training, their muscles could be improved and become more active and comfortable in their daily lives. And with mental health is an essential part of a happy life. My mission is to support many girls having to value their life and regain their self-confidence. So let's respect all the differences that we have.
Up next, Botswana.
Wela sekolong go a go ithuta. In my language, that translates you go to school to learn. And I know that in all our different languages, we have heard that growing up. We go to school to absorb information, to learn and to be guided by our teachers. And I feel as though those teachers have a superpower. They have the ability to mold a child's way of thinking and viewing and understanding the world, which is why my project is called Lojo lo Salimeti. This also directly translates into nurture them when they are young. I believe that when you go to school, you go to a place where you are going to be uplifted, you are going to be taught, and you are going to be guided. And I also believe in the importance of that being a safe space for a child to grow. So my mental health project has to do with securing the clear communication and safe space of a child growing up. The first step is teachers. We will have stress management and personal development for teachers so that they are able to handle children and how they eloquently view their opinions and how they want to be heard. The second step is to deal with the children. The children are taught to eloquently put aside and know how to communicate with their teachers. And the third step is the parents. The parents are taught how to receive the children and receive their emotions and know how to handle the children. Why do we go through these 3 steps? We go through them to create an ecosystem that is cohesive and that helps the nurturing and growing and the grooming of the young children. I believe that mental health is as important as learning and being informed. And I believe when these components are put together, it is a formula and a recipe for unlocking great potential and making sure that our children are nurtured into becoming great, great contributors of our society. Thank you.
Now we have Vietnam.
Hi everyone. My Beauty with Purpose project is Peaceful Houses. Well, Vietnam, my country located in the Southeast Asia, where suffer from many natural disasters a year, and especially in the central area, a flood is a nightmare of the people here. The village where I came is one of the most heavily affected by the severe storm. And you can see on my Beauty with Purpose project how the floods affect to our people. And on the television news reporters, I see the mother, the children, and even the elder people. They climb up into the rooftop and they call for the help, like, help me, help me. And that moment, it touched my heart and it's broken my heart seriously. And I think that at the moment, I need to help them at all price. After disaster, nothing left but tears, dead bodies, and the broken hearts of the people who lost their houses and their loved ones. So there are thoughts that pop up into my mind. I need to help them, they need me. I started to work to raise a fund, call for support from sponsor and from community to help them. I want to make it up for them to bring their smile back and to light their hope up. Because I know that the home is a place where people can count on and the place where their hearts is. And I have a realization that the most beautiful things is the happy smile. But knowing I'm the reason is ever the best feeling, because the peace will begin when we smile.
And now to Cameroon.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I do believe that beauty is you, beauty is me, beauty is all of us living together as one. And most importantly, the beauty of life is service. Growing up, my dad working for a government company, from my experience, we had inconsistent water supply. And this took a great negative toll on my life because we're prone to waterborne diseases and it slowed down our day-to-day activities. I believe that water is a basic necessity of life and it is essential for humans. And due to the crisis that we've been going through in my country for over 6 years now, the Anglophone and Francophone crisis, the water supply has become more and more inconsistent. This inspired me to come up with the initiative, Portable Water for All. And working with some community leaders, and other organizations like Positive Vibration with the same vision to help people, we have been able to successfully provide 2 boreholes in 2 regions out of the 10 regions in Cameroon. And this is going to serve over 6,000 people in the Southwest region and 3,000 people in the Littoral region as of now. And we are looking forward to going to the different 10 regions of Cameroon, and why not out of the world? Because I think that this is a great problem a lot of people face. I believe that we have to make it our duty, our responsibility, and part of our life purposes to carry out activities that impact those around us positively, because the most important thing in life is to give those around us hope, to help them when they are in despair, and make them feel comfortable and well received. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cameroon. And now, Philippines.
Para kay nanay, for my mother, a single mother's journey to love. That is my Beauty with a Purpose project, and it's dedicated to my late mother and to all the single mothers in my community. Being a mother is the most important job, it's the most important role, yet oftentimes they are neglected. We fight so much, we talk so much about women empowerment, so why don't we start with empowering our mothers? Most especially those who go through so much difficulties having to raise their families all on their own. Here in Miss World, we are given the chance to fight for causes, to open up meaningful conversations about problems that are otherwise neglected. And here I am, hoping to bring light and to spark a change, positive changes in the lives of single mothers. Back in my community in Cordova, Cebu, there are 2,000 single mothers. So imagine how much more there are in the rest of the world. But they're not given the support, they're not given the help that they need. With my project, we give them a safe space, a community for them to feel loved, to feel that they are heard, that they are understood. More importantly, we give them continuous BPO and computer trainings that they can use to equip them with skills to land better opportunities out there, especially amidst the pandemic. It gives them hope that they can still go out there and learn new things and build a good life for their families, because that is what I want for them, that is what they deserve, and that is what I would have wanted for my mom too if she was still here. That is my commitment, and that is my dream. Thank you.
Next, we have Mexico.
I have always believed that everything happens for a reason, and I was brought up in a family of migrants who worked in farm fields, my grandparents, my parents, and I also had the opportunity to move to the US. It was a huge adversity that we always faced. Unfortunately, I've always been a very optimistic person, and I had the opportunity to access education in the US. I believe education changed my life, and this is the most important thing that has allowed me, now that I am here, and everything that I've experienced in life, to share with others. I've believed that everything that happens to us and all the gifts that we have are to share with others. And in this case, I believe everything I've experienced in my life has only made me more empathic with people. And now that I am here, and Sorry, I got a little nervous, but I want to talk to you guys about my project. I will try to speak a little faster just so you guys know about my project. So like I said, I come from a migrant family, and I knew that this touched my heart so much, the fact that these children are often left alone, abandoned, and feel that they are different, the outcast from everyone else. This is what I felt, but moving along in life, I know that these things are only to teach us and to connect each other. And after participating in the beauty pageant, after having the preparation of a university, I knew that it was my commitment to also share with others what I am. And now that I am here, that is what I want to do. So when I started with my Beauty with a Purpose project, I knew that I wanted it to start initially with education, because education are the wings that allow us to fly in the direction that we want to go to. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, it was not easy. When you go to these communities, you see the adversities all these children are facing. And the most important thing is not that they don't have education, but it is that they face so many adversities far beyond from that. In my case, I realized that a children cannot learn if he's hungry, if you can't hear, if you can't see.
Thank you, Mexico.
Thank you.
And now to Colombia. Hello, everyone. I come from a wonderful country where we have so sad problems as poverty. That's why I wanted to focus all my efforts on decreasing this problem, but especially in the childhood, because as an early childhood teacher, I know they are the future of our world, and if we transform them, we can transform our world. So firstly, I work with a social brand called Othello Nutrition, and we provide hundreds of children with specialized treatments, nutritional, to help them to face the malnutrition. I think it's so sad that kids suffer different consequences in their development, physical and mentally, just because of hunger. So I'm working so hard for avoiding this problem in childhood. Also, another way to treat the poverty is with houses, playgrounds, and different furniture for the most vulnerable people, families, and children in my country. So that's why with the Bottles of Love Foundation, we transform the problem of plastic and life solutions, and we create these spaces, houses, completely beautiful for families, for very poor families in Colombia, with the material we received from different recycling activities. So I teach children and their families and the community how, with the habit of recycling, we can build a future for many children and families. Thank you. Thank you, Colombia.
Next, Côte d'Ivoire.
Raise your hand with me if you believe that everybody deserves access to education. So when I went to these girls in my country and I saw that they were robbed of their dignity, of their innocence, of their women's rights, their parents telling them that they shouldn't go to school, that they don't have a place in school, that they should stay at home, be housewives, get chores, it made me see the opportunity that we have and how fortunate we are to have education. And it just made me want to help them even more. So when I got the crown of Miss Côte d'Ivoire, I looked for these girls and I went out there to see what they wanted to do, what motivated them. And what motivates them is people like me. People like Miss Mexico, people like Miss South Africa, Miss Botswana, who have a dream for them, who just need to pave the way for them, to give them access to this brighter future that they need and that they deserve. And that is what my project is about. It's about women's rights. It's about giving them the education they need, because education is so important in a kid's life, and it's such an important determinant of who they will be in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Côte d'Ivoire. And now, Nicaragua.
Hola a todos. Mi proyecto social se llama Uniendo Vidas. En Nicaragua hay muchas personas emprendedoras, luchadoras, resilientes, pero no está fuera de la realidad que también hay mucha necesidad. En mi país, la pobreza está en el 44% de la población y la extrema pobreza está en el 11%, en donde yo me identifico dentro del 44%. Orgullosa de estar a donde estoy, orgullosa de ser quien soy y hasta dónde he llegado. En noviembre del 2020, Nicaragua sufrió 2 huracanes de categoría 4 y categoría 5, en donde se vieron afectada gran parte de la comunidad nicaragüense. Dentro de ella, la comunidad con la que trabajé, San Bartolo, ubicada a 42 kilómetros de donde yo habito. me di cuenta de lo deteriorado que se encontraba el puente, el único medio de unión no solo con mi país, sino con el mundo entero. Iniciamos el proyecto de la renovación y reconstrucción del puente con un costo de $7,000. Para muchos es poco, pero para mi país es una gran cantidad, que con unión, con fuerza y con equipo junto a mí se pudo hacer realidad. Quien fue mi mayor inspiración fue esa comunidad que se sumó a martillar, a pintar, a taladrar para poder hacer realidad la reconstrucción del puente. Junto con Matthew, un niño de 11 años de edad, quien es calificación A en todas sus notas desde primer grado hasta quinto grado, y no podría hacerlo debido que no tenía el medio cómo llegar, debido que en mi país 6 meses son temporadas de verano y 6 meses son temporadas de invierno, en donde el puente era la única unión que tenían, y luego de eso estaba el río crecido no les permitía la unión, pero hoy ese puente está habilitado y más de 2,000 personas pueden llegar a sus centros educativos, pueden llegar a sus trabajos.
Last but not least, Haiti.
Bonjour tout le monde. Mon projet social est basé sur la dépression et sur la santé mentale.
Hello everyone. My Beauty with Purpose project is based on mental health and depression.
Parce qu'à plusieurs reprises de ma vie, j'ai été traumatisée.
There's been multiple times in my life where I was traumatized.
En 2016, il y a une catastrophe naturelle qui a ravagé le grand sud du pays. J'ai été sans abri.
In 2016, there was a natural disaster which left me homeless.
Et aussi, je ne voulais plus vivre, je pensais que tout était fini pour moi.
I didn't want to live anymore and I thought everything was finished for me.
J'avais un problème également de palpitations. Je ne pouvais pas respirer. J'ai passé des jours et des nuits traumatisée à cause de ça.
I couldn't breathe, my heart was beating very fast and I felt like it was the end.
Lorsque j'étais de la compétition de Miss World Haïti,
when I was in the Haiti Miss World competition,
4 jours avant la finale, ma maman était hospitalisée. Elle ne pouvait pas parler puisque c'est ma mère qui est ma source de motivation.
4 days before the final, my mother was hospitalized, so I felt I couldn't keep going because she is my motivation.
J'avais le choix d'abandonner parce que je ne pouvais pas continuer avec cette histoire.
I had the choice to give up because I felt I couldn't keep going.
Mais à la fin de la journée, elle m'a appelée, elle m'a dit que même quand elle est morte, je dois continuer de tracer mon histoire.
But I felt like I had to keep going and tell my story.
Et aussi, il y a la crise politique. J'ai des cousins qui étaient kidnappés, des cousines qui étaient violées, tout et tout dans mon pays.
There was a massive political crisis. I had cousins that were kidnapped, that were raped.
Alors, je me dis que par rapport à mon histoire, que la dépression et la santé mentale sera la bienvenue pour mon projet social parce que je veux aider les autres.
So that's why I feel that my story is worthy of talking about mental health and depression.
J'ai créé un programme en 6 semaines et ce programme est construit sur 6 piliers.
I created a program in under 6 weeks for this purpose.
Et ce programme, c'est la thérapie, coaching de vie.
This program is for therapy,
coaching de vie, session thérapeutique, yoga et méditation et une classe d'entrepreneuriat.
Yoga, meditation classes.
Yes. Et par rapport à ce programme, on a trouvé des personnes qui ont témoigné. Par rapport à mon histoire également, des personnes ont témoigné. Ils ont trouvé une source de motivation pour avancer dans la vie.
And for this program, I found people that were able to tell their own stories and relate to this.
Et pour finir, je dois dire que ce que je souhaite pour ce monde, c'est un peu de compassion, un peu d'amour. Parce que avec un peu de compassion et un peu d'amour, on aura un monde meilleur. Le monde peut changer à cause de l'amour et de compassion.
And what I wish for this world is compassion, because compassion can change the world.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, and thank you to our audience for supporting these empowering and very empowered women. While the judges deliberate, we'll ask the head-to-head challenge finalists to exit the room.
As we welcome back our contestants, a quick reminder, it's your time to become a spokesperson for the tourism of Puerto Rico and tell the world why they should come enjoy the island.
Yes, ladies, once you're finished, please feel free to return to your seat. Let's begin with Nepal.
Namaste, hola. It's been already 20 days that we have been enjoying this beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Literally, Nepal is on the other side of the globe, and by now everyone knows that this is my very first time in the beach, and I've been enjoying to the fullest with lovely ladies, amazing ladies all over the world. Now coming back to Puerto Rico, along with the people, warm hospitality, everyday people greeting with wide smiles, saying buenos dias, buenos noches every day. Along with that, I believe people should visit Puerto Rico for its very rich culture, tradition, and history, because I can relate a lot with Puerto Rican history because my country, Nepal, is rich in history as well, and I'm sure everybody's country has a story to tell. So the other day when we visited this museum, I was really astounded by all the history, all the culture, and to learn about the culture and history of Puerto Rico and how they've embraced. So this is why Puerto Rico should be visited again and again. Thank you.
Thank you, Nepal.
Next, we have Indonesia.
Hello, everybody. We're talking about Puerto Rico, and now I'm experiencing the experience in Puerto Rico. Well, Puerto Rico has always been a popular destination, and in 2019, New York Times named it #1 place to travel to, and I'm very, very excited to be here. So I've been experiencing a lot of different things, new experience in Puerto Rico. The beaches, woo! It's really beautiful. They're all beautiful. And not to mention like sitting on the beach, on the white sand, and also clear blue water, Caribbean water, and drinking piña colada. What a dream. And I would love to also encourage people why to travel to Puerto Rico. It's not because of just the beaches, but I would say like there are a lot of places, beautiful destinations in Puerto Rico, such as El Yenque National Forest, and also Viejo San Juan. And there are more beautiful places to visit in Puerto Rico. And not to mention, don't get me started with the food. Woo, plantains.
Thank you, Indonesia.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Indonesia. And now, Paraguay.
Cuando llegué aquí tuve una hermosa experiencia en Puerto Rico porque por primera vez probé el café puertorriqueño.
When I arrived here in Puerto Rico, I had an incredible time because it was the first time I tried Puerto Rican coffee.
Además, como vengo de una familia muy artística,
since I come from a very artistic family,
me di cuenta que los puertorriqueños tienen la música en la sangre.
I realized that the Puerto Ricans have the music running through their veins.
Y es algo que amo, me apasiona y me identifica muchísimo.
And it's something that I love, that I'm passionate about, and that I identify with.
Así que para los turistas de todo el mundo,
so for the tourists all over the world,
amante de la música,
that are lovers of music,
de la gastronomía,
that are lovers of gastronomy,
y del mejor café del mundo,
and are willing to try the best coffee in the world,
le esperamos en la tierra de los boricuas.
We wait for you in the island of the Boricuas. Thank you, Paraguay. Up next, we have Cayman Islands.
Hello, everyone. I am Roshana Hyde from the Cayman Islands. Oh, and then this is the Puerto Rico part. Okay. I must say that the nickname that Puerto Rico has as the island of enchantment has lived up to that name and more. My experience here has been unlike anything that I could have ever dreamed of. And being from a fellow Caribbean country, I expected, pretty beaches, warmth, nice people, but honestly, what I've seen here is culture, is history, is architecture, it's food, and above all, it's really the warmth of the people. And honestly, that's why I want to come back here, is to get to know more of the people. Even if it's just the person that's helping you down the buses, the really tall coaches that are like super tall. They're always so helpful. They're always so kind. And it's the people for me that have really touched my heart. And that's why I want to come back to Puerto Rico. And it is the perfect destination for anyone who's looking for rainforests, for beaches. It has it all. So thank you.
Thank you, Cayman Islands. And now, Venezuela.
Hola, pues yo quiero hablarles, yo soy venezolana, pero debo confesar que yo estoy muy enamorada de la Isla del Encanto. Estar aquí estos días me ha enamorado muchísimo. Me ha enamorado muchísimo de sus paisajes, de su cultura.
Okay. Well, I'm speaking as a Venezuelan, and I'm so happy to be here in Puerto Rico. I've been impressed so much by the culture,
pero sobre todo del calor humano de su gente.
But most importantly of all, by the kindness and warmth of the people.
Estar aquí es despertarse con ese sol radiante que te motiva a ir a la playa.
Being here, there's the motivation that wakes me up every day is the beautiful sunshine.
Que te provoca comerte un arroz con habichuela o un mofongo en la orilla de la playa.
Which also makes you want to eat some mofongo or some rice and beans by the beach.
Y que te pone a bailar al ritmo de los tambores.
And that makes you want to dance to the rhythm of the drums.
Yo tengo una bendición porque mi roommate es la mejor puertorriqueña y la mejor versión que pueden tener de su país.
I am blessed because my roommate is Miss Puerto Rico, and she is the shining example of a Puerto Rican woman.
Y por eso no pueden dejar de conocer esta Isla del Encanto que hoy se convirtió en un segundo hogar para el mundo entero.
And that is why everyone must come to the Island of Enchantment, which today has been turned into the home for people all over the world.
Thank you.
Thank you, Venezuela. Next, Trinidad and Tobago.
Puerto Rico is one of the most beautiful, beautiful islands I have ever visited in my entire life. There's something about the energy when you land in the country. It's infectious. There's love, there's warmth, there's joy throughout the nation. All of the people, they treat you like your family. And it reminds me so much of home because I feel like we're very similar in our cultures of Trinidad and Tobago. There's so much rich history here that it's in the music, it's in the dancing, it's in the food. And I love that everything is a celebration and a party. We went on a boat ride to visit the Holy Spirit River. And when we were there, we're casually strolling through. All of a sudden, there's a band playing music for us. It turns into a boat party. And I was like, oh my goodness, you can't make these things up. It's so exciting. And I also remember one of my most memorable moments was when we walked through Old San Juan.
Thank you, Trinidad.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Trinidad. And now, Mongolia.
Puerto Rico has been one of the heartwarming, sun-kissed, very nice place that I've been to. And Puerto Rico will always be in my heart. And I will most definitely return to Puerto Rico again. And everyone should come and visit Puerto Rico once in their lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you, Mongolia. Now, Botswana.
Hello once again. It is an immutable fact that Puerto Rico is a country that is very proud of itself. Puerto Rico is a great example of a nation and a people that are proud of their culture, are proud of their history, and are excited and fighting for who they want to become in the future. It is an immutable fact and also evident in everywhere we go, from the ruins and the buildings that we see that are preserved. And these are preserved to tell us a story every single time of where they've come from. And they keep it there to remind us that they are proud of who they are. From the grand museums where the constitutions are celebrated in hallways of the women and men who played the part in making Puerto Rico who it is, to the glass bulletproof ceilings that protect those constitutions and of those people and who they are. And I am a proud Botswana standing here sending love from Botswana to Puerto Rico, and thank you for letting me celebrate this moment with you.
Thank you, Botswana. And now, Vietnam.
Hello, everyone. Actually, this is my first week of in Puerto Rico, and I have to say that it's the best trip ever. The ancient history, the rich culture, and the beautiful architecture, the perfect weather, and the warm people are fascinating me. And I think that maybe I will stay here longer. Not to mention, but it have the best beach in the world. And it was so beautiful that I have to film and make some vlog to save the memory here longer. And the food here is extraordinary. I ate so much, and I'm afraid that after I return to my country, they will not recognize me because I'm fat. So I think you need to try food here. It won't make you disappointed. And let's have a Puerto Rico in their travel list.
Thank you, Vietnam.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vietnam. Now let's meet Cameroon.
Hello, everyone. I think that we all can agree that Puerto Rico has one of the best historical, cultural, and artistic heritage, as I've had the opportunity to experience with my sisters. We visited the Cultural Museum and at ICPPR, and it is amazing. And oh, the gastronomy, I can't seem to talk about it. What caught my attention the most is the tofu and the paella, and it's really, really similar to my gastronomy of my country, Cameroon. And not to forget that the fun fact is the only rainforest is found in Puerto Rico, in the whole of the US forest system. It is a must visit if you must come to Puerto Rico. And most importantly, the people of Puerto Rico are very hospitable. I would say that I found myself a family in Miss World, but most importantly, a second home in Puerto Rico. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cameroon. And now, as per the jingle that we're hearing, it's time for Miss Philippines.
Bienvenido a Puerto Rico. Soy Tracy, enamorada de este país caribeño. Welcome to Puerto Rico. This is Tracy, and I fell in love with Puerto Rico the moment I stepped foot in this Caribbean island. So the very first time I landed here, it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was looking for my luggages because I have 10 from the Philippines. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know who to contact or how to contact anyone. And lo and behold, this Puerto Riqueña looked at me, smiled at me, approached me and said, "Hello, where are you from? Do you need anything? Do you need internet? Because I have some that I can share with you." And I was blown away. See, the best places in the world don't really need the most amazing and the most beautiful sceneries. They just have to have the best people. But you know what? Puerto Rico just happens to have both. From the white sand beaches, the abundant rainforests, the culture, the food, and the people, Puerto Rico has it all. It took me 40 hours to get here, but it was the best 40 hours of my life, and I will do it all over again just to be here. Thank you, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Philippines. Next, Mexico.
Hello, everyone. Well, I was super excited about knowing that Miss World was going to be held in Puerto Rico. And right from the beginning, when I arrived at the airport, I realized that everything about Puerto Rico is amazing. I'm a very sunny girl, so when I knew it was going to be in Puerto Rico, I was really happy because I know I've seen the scenery online and all the videos Miss World posted. I was super excited, and when I got to the airport, we were greeted amazingly. And I was impressed because I was like, wow, not only does Puerto Rico have amazing scenery, amazing food, and all the Latin music, so much fun, but the people. And now that I've been able to also hear the stories from the people at the hotel, and just everything that's happened in Puerto Rico, I realized that Puerto Rico, not only is it's not so big geographically, but it's big at heart. And the people here are super resilient and only have love to share with others. I'm super amazed to see how they're always so smiley and always have this optimistic spirit. And that is something I'm going to take away from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has changed my life, and I'm so happy to share this experience with everyone. And just simply, I feel like my heart is part Boricua now. So thank you.
Thank you, Mexico. And now, Colombia.
Bienvenidos a Puerto Rico, la isla del encanto.
Welcome to Puerto Rico, the island of enchantment.
Imagínate las playas más blancas, los mares más azules como turquesas y esmeraldas, donde las ranitas coquí y las cotorras se mueven al ritmo del reggaetón y la salsa.
Imagine the most beautiful white sand beaches with turquoise and emerald colored waters, and the coqui frog singing and dancing to the rhythm of reggaeton and salsa.
Te estoy hablando de Puerto Rico, donde su gente, la más cálida como su clima, te muestra la belleza del paraíso del Caribe.
I'm talking about Puerto Rico, whose people are as warm as its climate and welcome you to the Caribbean.
Y es que este paraíso escondido te muestra toda la belleza latina, porque aquí se siente el sabor boricua en todos los sentidos.
And this is a hidden paradise where the people show you everything.
So, in Spanish. Te invito a que conozcas todo el sabor latino en un solo lugar, en una isla encantada llamada Puerto Rico.
I invite you to come and know and get to know everything special about a beautiful place called Puerto Rico.
Gracias. Thank you.
Thank you, Colombia. Next, we have Côte d'Ivoire.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is quite simple for a Puerto Rican to advertise for their country, but for someone else from another country like me from Côte d'Ivoire to advertise is a whole different story. I've been here for 2, going on 3 weeks, and I can say that I feel right at home. It's so welcoming, the weather, the people, y me encantada por la hospitalidad, la cultura, la belleza, somos un paraíso. And I've had the opportunity to talk with the mayor of Rio Grande, and I mentioned that my dad is also the mayor of the biggest city in Côte d'Ivoire. So I understand the hard work, the dedication that comes with his position. So I was so happy to have a conversation with him. I was happy to take a picture of him, send it to my country, tell them all about the beautiful places I've visited in Puerto Rico, Matalagata, El Dorado, Old San Juan, and everybody watching back home. I really hope that visiting Puerto Rico is on your New Year's resolution list because it's amazing.
Thank you, Côte d'Ivoire. And now, Nicaragua.
Hola, soy Shanice Palacios, embajadora de el turismo de Puerto Rico.
Hi, I'm Shay Palacios, and I'm an ambassador for the tourism of Puerto Rico.
Tienes que conocer mi isla, pues tenemos 300 hermosas playas en donde puedes disfrutar de nuestras arenas blancas y aguas cristalinas.
You must come and visit my island, where we have over 300 beaches with beautiful white sands and turquoise waters.
Sentirás que estás en muchos países al mismo tiempo.
It will feel like if you're visiting many countries all at once.
Porque podrás vestir cómoda, ir al Bosque Nacional El Yunque, llenarte de la energía de la naturaleza y también volver a reiniciarte.
Because you can do things like visit the El Yunque rainforest and recharge your energies at the rainforest.
Utilizar la cámara del tiempo y trasladarte hasta nuestro viejo San Juan con nuestra colorida infraestructura y vistosos edificios.
You could even use a time machine and visit Old San Juan, where you will get to see all the incredible architecture and see the culture of San Juan.
La gastronomía te espera. Ven, conoce mi isla del encanto.
The gastronomy awaits you, so I invite you to come and meet the Island of Enchantment. Thank you, Nicaragua. And last but not least, Haiti.
J'adore Porto Rico. Pourquoi? J'adore les plages, les resorts.
I love Puerto Rico because of the resort, the beaches.
Et surtout la nourriture. Pour moi-même, c'est la meilleure partie de la journée, lorsqu'on va manger.
And especially the food is the best part of the day.
Et également, les gens de Porto Rico sont vraiment accueillants.
And the people of Puerto Rico are very much welcoming.
Je dis à toute ma famille de venir passer vacances ici.
I've told my whole family they need to come here.
J'adore Porto Rico parce que c'est beau, c'est un pays chaud, parce que mon pays est chaud également.
I love Puerto Rico because the weather is hot and that's what I'm used to.
Alors, je peux dire que Porto Rico est la bienvenue pour les vacances.
So Puerto Rico is the place to be for holidays.
Thank you very much to all our head-to-head finalists. I think they deserve another big round of applause.
Stephanie, I know this must mean so much to you to have all of these wonderful women speak so highly of your beautiful, beautiful country. I know we all feel so lucky to be here, and we're just having a wonderful time, right, ladies? Well,
I definitely did, especially my dad has a phrase that whenever he feels so proud, his heart grows so much that he needs to buy a shirt 2 sizes larger. So that's what I'm feeling right now, seeing all of you fall in love with my home. So thank you for being here, and thank you for loving it as much as I do.
we're going to take a few moments for the judges to deliberate and decide who will be the head-to-head challenge finalists that will continue on to the semifinals of Miss World. Well, the judges have made their final decisions, and it is now time to meet the 8 contestants that will advance to the Miss World semifinals. Between Nepal and Indonesia, our first finalist is Nepal.
Between Paraguay and Cayman Islands, our winner is Paraguay.
Between Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago, our winner is Venezuela.
Between Mongolia and Botswana, our winner is Botswana.
Between Vietnam and Cameroon, our winner is Cameroon.
Between Philippines and Mexico, our winner is Philippines.
Between Colombia and Côte d'Ivoire, our winner is Côte d'Ivoire.
And lastly, we have between Nicaragua and Haiti, our winner is Nicaragua.
Congratulations, ladies. And once again, from the historic Capitol building of Puerto Rico here in San Juan, this has been the 2021 Head-to-Head Challenge Final.
We'll see you December 16th for the Miss World 2021 final.